Okay, lesson 1, the basics. I would read all of this information first. That's what I would do if I were you. Next, after you've read all the information in that link, which is not that much, okay, you have to set up a web page on your computer. This is not going on a server. This is going on your local computer. This is how you would create a web page on your personal computer before you uploaded it to the internet. So, step 1. You are going to open up your Windows Notepad. Okay? So this is going to become our HTML editor. Okay? So we got Notepad open. Now the first thing you want to do, right, is you want to create a web page that you will then be adding new things to. So, for instance, the explanation of document structure. Each HTML document has a minimum number of tags. Here is the very least HTML code that can be called a page. So this code right here, okay, all of this is the basic structure of any web page. So you're going to come over here, you're going to hit Control V, right? It says, this is my message to the world. So now we're going to hit File. Now this is a step-by-step process. Follow along. File. Save as. You want to save it in your folder that you are going to use. So I'm going to create a folder, right? I'm going to call it Assignment 6. Because that's your lesson 1, and since I have multiple periods, I'm not going to call it lesson 1, but I'm going to call it assignment 6, right? So now I'm going to say web notes, right? And then the biggest piece here is I'm going to say all files. This is very clear. So this says text documents.txt. So if I save it right now, if I hit save, it's going to save as webnotes.txt. I don't want that. I want that to be an HTML file. I want to read it in Google. So I'm going to click all files. And then I'm going to add the extension that I want, HTML. Okay? So now it's webnotes.html. So I hit save. Okay? It still says webnotes. This is all that you see. Nothing has apparently happened. But if I go to the folder that this is saved in, okay, Assignment 6, you'll see that it's an HTML file. So I'm going to open this with Google Chrome, because I absolutely hate Microsoft Explorer. So there it is. We're in Google now. Okay, here's my Google. There's all my Google Classroom and all my stuff, right? And it says, this is my message to the world. This is my page title. So I'm just going to break this down real quick for you guys with my notepad. HTML, that's the start. That's what this is. It's an HTML code file. Then you have your heading, okay? And in your heading, okay, you have title. This is my page title. That's up here. This is my page title. You see? These words are in the title that's here at the top. You have a bracket with the word title, and then you have a closed bracket with the word title. So this is saying this is the beginning of my title, and this is the end of my title. So this is the beginning, this is the end. Okay, anything that is within these two will show up there. So let's test that. If I change it to Mr. Hernandez, and then I hit File, Save, when I come over here and refresh it, now it says Mr. Hernandez. Okay, so this is how you control the aspects on the page. This slash is super important, okay, because if you mess that up, so if I come over here and I hit backspace accidentally, on purpose, right? I just did it on purpose, but accidentally, you do that by accident, right? Now when I hit refresh, okay, what you're going to see is the beginning of the title is everything that's in the rest of my page, because I didn't tell it where the title started, so it just keeps going. So now you get everything that's in my file. So look, everything that comes after this title. So it says title, Mr. Hernandez, right? So it started at Mr. Hernandez and it just kept going all the way to the very end, which is over here, and that's bad. So you got to make sure you keep that in, so that way you are controlling what is what, okay? And that's super important in HTML. So this is why you have your web notes file. You're going to keep adding to this file. So this file is going to grow with each lesson that you do, so you can see an example of what's happening on the page. And I'm going to walk you through each one. So just a quick change. This is not my message to the world. This is my message to my web programming students. Okay, just so we can have it changed, I hit File, I hit Save. When I hit Refresh, there it is to my web programming students. Shh! So this is my message to my web programming students. That is the web page that we created, which is a very boring web page, but it got the web page up. That is lesson 1 in its entirety. It's super easy, but the basic thing is to set up your file here, web notes, and have it as an HTML file. That's the big deal for right now. But like I said, make sure you read all of this so you have an understanding of what is going on. We will be going in depth with each of these things with each lesson that we do.